everyone, it's Coach Fred, and today I'm going to be going over vertical and horizontal lines, a topic we have spent a lot of time working on. This is just a review. I want to talk about how we can look at vertical lines 4 different ways, okay? Symbolically, remember symbolically is when we have an equation, or I'm going to call it a not function, because we normally say an equation or a function, but we know vertical lines are not functions. So an equation of a vertical line might be x equals 1. Remember, vertical lines will only have one variable, and it's x, okay? And visually, we know that if we were to graph that on the coordinate plane, go like that, x, y, that a vertical line is going to go straight up and down, and this one would go through the number 1. And that would be x equals 1. So that's a visual way to see the graph. What I think is really important to know is in terms of a numeric way to look at it, or a table of values, or possibly ordered pairs, what I notice is that in looking at this, a vertical line, the x's never change. Now, if you don't necessarily see it in the ordered pairs, we know that with lines, one of the things that is important about them is their slope. So if we were to calculate their slope, we remember we do change in y over change in x. So in this case, if I did that, my change in y looks like it's going up 3. This one's going up 4. This one's going up 91. But that doesn't really matter because there's no change in x. So no matter what, if you did that, you'd put 3 over 0, you'd get undefined. And so that tells me that the slope is undefined. The slope is undefined, which means that it's a vertical line. Because remember, vertical lines have undefined slopes. So descriptively, meaning using words, this might be like I'm talking about the cost of Doritos, okay? Cost of Doritos is, I don't know, $3, okay? And over a 3-week period, the cost of Doritos, or the amount that I sold, was 100,000 Doritos in week 1. In week 2, I sold 150,000 Doritos. In week 3, I sold 200,000 Doritos. But no matter what, if I was doing cost, and I was doing this as cost of the Dorito bags versus the amount sold, if I was comparing those two things, the x's didn't change, but the y's did. So if I plotted those, it would look, like that. And so that would be a vertical line. All right, what about horizontal lines? Well, symbolically as an equation, it's different than a vertical line. A horizontal line, y equals maybe 6. Okay, visually on a graph, we know that it's the constant function. So I'm going to actually write that. It's the constant function because it stays constant as we move left and right. Meaning here I am at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and that could be something like the number of days I sold Doritos. Those Doritos, but we'll use a different example. This number of days I sold Doritos would be my x, and my y might be the amount I sold. Well, if I think about it like this, the days would be along the x-axis, and that would be I didn't sell any more depending on the days. I only sold 150,000 Doritos no matter what day I was on. And that would represent that kind of verbally. But numerically, what you might notice is that a constant function, or when it's a horizontal line, the y's don't change. So again, if you didn't necessarily see that the y coordinate is 6 in every case, and you did slope, you did rise over run, change in y over change in x, you do 6 minus 6 over -5 minus -3, which would give me 0 over -2, which is 0. And we know that horizontal lines have a 0 slope. All right, so just as a quick reminder, we've used that mnemonic phrase hoi vux to help us remember the little special things about those horizontal and vertical lines. A horizontal line has a zero slope. Its equation is y equals a number. A vertical line has an undefined slope, and its equation is x equals a number. All right, guys, that's it for today. That's our quick review of horizontal and vertical lines. Again, remember, those are special lines, which is why I felt it really important for us to go over them separately. All right, have a great day.